Hey guys, what's up? RetroMikey78 here, and today I'm here to explain where I've been and what's been going on and why you guys haven't had any content of late. So, sit back and enjoy, but before you do, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, follow me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, and follow me on Instagram. Alright, as you guys all know, we're having a pandemic right now. The coronavirus is spreading rapid, so people have been asked to self-quarantine. A lot of people have been let go from their jobs or laid off or different scenarios. Me, myself, I've been laid off since March 20th. So people ask, I know some people have been asking me, hey, where's your content? What you guys been doing? Basically, the only thing, I finished up the March Madness Season 2. I think that ran another 7-8 days right after I got laid off. And that was taking up a lot of my time just doing that. But after that, I have done my Saturday live streams. I said we'd probably do some more live streams during the week, but honestly, it's not been that case. It's just been one roller coaster from another. And different scenarios have just allowed me not to do anything. So, I'm going to show you guys what games I've been working on, what games I've been playing, and what I've been enjoying during this time at home. Let's get into this. Alright, the first game I have to show off was a digital game that I got when I bought my PSVR. It was a digital download. It came in the box. It was Moss. When I got my PSVR, it came with Moss, a demo disc, a download of Moss, a demo disc, and a physical copy of Astrobot. I really wanted to play Astrobot, so I put that in immediately. Loved it. Platinum it, went through the entire game. I even went back and got everything on it. So I enjoyed the game. The last 2 or 3 days I was at work, I was working on Moss. So when I got let go that Friday morning and I was done, that first day I came home and stayed up for another 4 hours and got on the VR and finished Moss just to say it was done and it was over. So I was happy about that. Moss is done. I didn't collect everything, didn't go through and get all the stuff. It was a fun game, a lot like Astrobot, but knowing where all the little scrolls are and where everything would be, even reading a guide or whatever, I'd have to keep taking the visor off. I was like, I'm not going to go back through it. But all in all, it was a really fun game. I really did enjoy it, and I would highly recommend it for anybody, especially if you like Astrobot. Moss is almost the same thing. It's almost like a Zelda for a VR, but you play as a mouse with a sword. Next up, I did 2 live streams on this. I did it on a Friday and a Saturday, and that was just because I was bored and wanted to do it. We did Stubbs the Zombie. This was an awesome game. It was fun. I actually really enjoyed it. A buddy of mine told me that he didn't like it. And he tried it last year. And I just repurchased this recently, sat down and went through it. And I really, really enjoyed this game. Something else that we had done to celebrate Resident Evil winning the overall contest of March Madness, we did a live stream of Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil 2, I'd already done a live stream of it before, but I didn't beat it the first time I did the live stream. This one, I did it. And I think I ran through the Claire scenario A in like 2.5 hours, if that. I think it was only 2. So, I mean, I can fly through Resident Evil 2 on Leon or Claire at this point, A or B runnings. I've done the Hunk solo one. The only thing I haven't done is the Tofu one. I've opened it, but I haven't went through and done that, so Then I was also working on a game right before I got laid off. People, when I was playing Last of Us, had mentioned this game, and so I thought, okay, I'm going to give it a try. And so I put in Heavy Rain. I didn't play it on the PS3. The PS4 was giving away a free copy of it for download. So I prefer to play on the PS4 than the 3. I rarely use my PS3. I put this game in, got it in, started going and playing it, and the story is good, but I wanted more action. It was more turn-based. Are you gonna do this? do this or that. There wasn't that much fighting or action in this. This was, if you like story-based games and just story and a mystery, that's what this is. And there's several different ways to get different endings on this game. So there is replay value if you are into the type of story games that this is. Me, even though I like the story, this was not something that I would highly recommend for myself to go through again. I went through it, I claimed it, I beat it. Not something I'm probably going to go through again. And then I started thinking, you know, hey, I've been beating a lot of games this year. I was like, is there anything last year I was close to beating but I didn't finish? And I remember Condemned, the first one, Criminal Origins. I was playing this last year during the strike. And there's 10 chapters and I got through chapter 8. So I only had 2 chapters to go. So I came back in the game room, put it in, and went through it. And man, this game is fun. It's freaky a little times. It's a little psychedelic, but it's fun. I highly recommend this one. I've got part 2. I also bought a strategy guide recently for it. So I'll probably be putting this in soon and be trying it. Can't wait to get to that. One day I was talking to some people online using an online service, and Bones Z06, Video Games Dust Sleep. We were talking and we were just talking through headsets. While I was talking to him, I put in the Capcom digital collection. I was testing 2 Xbox 360s that I recently purchased, or one I purchased and one I got free. I was testing because I had gotten a free 500 gig hard drive from Chris, local supporter of the channel. And I was like, hey, I'm going to put this game in because I've always wondered. And I looked at it's called Final Fight Double Impact. Never played it. It's an arcade port. Not a bad arcade port on this. It gave you free play. We sat there and talked. And while we were sitting there and talked, I sat there and went through the entire game. But yeah, this is an awesome little Capcom digital collection for the 360 I'd picked up at Toyman last year. It's got 8 great games on it. Street Fighter 2, Turbo HD Remix, Final Fight Double Impact, Bionic Commando Rearmed 2, Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo, 1942 Joint Strike, Wolf of the Battlefield, Flock, and I love this last one, Rocket Man Axis of Evil. It Came from Uranus expansion pack. Yeah, it's a nice little digital collection. I was just putting it in to test it, and while we were sitting there talking, I was like, hey, I'm gonna beat a game. But also that same day, I got on my PlayStation Classic, used that little memory card stick that I'd bought. It has 7,000 games on it, and I was sitting there going through that same day. I was like, you know what? There's an old school game in the arcades I never played. It was on there, and I mean, I've never played this. You gotta remember, folks, I grew up, I've said it before, I grew up where there was no local arcades near me. I had a bowling alley that would always have about 4 or 5 machines, a laundromat that would have 2 or 3. So I didn't grow up with a bunch of arcades. Pizza Hut would usually have like an X-Men cabinet or something, but nobody around my area ever had a Simpsons arcade, and I've yet to ever play the physical arcade cabinet. So I looked that up on the little memory card stick I got for the PS1 Classic. If you guys are curious what I'm talking about, I'll leave a link down in the description for that video. Little stick I bought for the Classic cost $20, has 7,000 all different kinds of games on it. But the Simpsons arcade was on there, 2-player version. I sat there and dabbled in it one day. I was talking to Bones Z06 on a headset while I was playing it, and I went through the whole game and played it. It was actually really fun and enjoyable. Man, I'll tell you what, you get to Mr. Burns at the end, you are going to go through some quarters if you're not on free play. I'm glad that, you know, some of these arcade games I'm experiencing on digital, I'm getting to play on free play because I don't think I'd be able to beat them in the arcade. Then I started looking back through the collection. I was like, what is something that I played once when I was younger and I never finished? And I got to thinking, I started looking at the 2 Buffy games, because I remember I owned one of these 2 when I owned the Xbox back when I was in my early 20s. And I remember me and my wife, April, sitting there and going through one of them. And I was like, well, which one of these is it that I went through? I couldn't remember. So I was like, well, this is the first one. So just the original Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So I put this in. And let me tell you, folks, this game is great. It's a great platforming game. But the problem with it is some areas are so dark you cannot see what you're jumping onto. You're just blindly jumping onto things. Tried adjusting the contrast, the brightness, the sharpness of the TV, and I couldn't see anything. And then I put this in, which I also have it on the GameCube. I put it in on the GameCube. This is the version that I had back in the day. Chaos Bleeds, and I've already ran through this before, so I didn't want to go through this again. I was like, okay, so this is the one I played. Yeah, on the other note, you know, I've been playing a lot of Left 4 Dead 2. Me and April always play Left 4 Dead 2. This is our go-to game. We play this pretty much, you know, constantly all the time. April loves playing it. I love playing it with her. It's just a game that we can always go through and play. Buddies from work contacted me once. They wanted to go through a 48 race online of Mario Kart 8. This is the only Switch game I've played the whole time I've been off. I've been either on a Xbox or PlayStation kick since I've been off work. I don't know why, and just what it is. Now, that's a lot of games there that I have been working on, I have been playing. But as of a week ago, last Friday, I went to the store, and you guys saw the pickup video. That's the only video I've released since March Madness has been over. I went and picked up Resident Evil 3. I picked up Doom Eternal. I've got Doom Eternal loaded into the Xbox, but I've not even pushed play on it. I've been stuck on this. And then I bought Persona 5 because I got to buy 2 get 1 free, and we're a little short on cash. So I sold Persona 5, the Steelbook Edition, just so I could get money back to be able to get these cheaper. That was the only way I could be able to get Doom, because I was originally only supposed to be able to buy Resident Evil. Because I still, in the 3 weeks I've been off, I still haven't received any unemployment or any sub pay or anything from GM. So, but yeah, I spent Friday, then I spent Saturday and part of the day Sunday playing Resident Evil 3. I played the shit out of them. Then today, starting Sunday night, I have done nothing but play Resident Evil Resistance, the add-on game that they put on here, the online multiplayer. I've done nothing since that time but play this. I did a live stream a week ago for Resident Evil. I did a live stream last night for Resident Evil Resistance. I'll put both links of those down in the description. You guys want to go back and check those out. I went through Resident Evil 3, the full story on assisted. I always, when I do a stream so I can concentrate on the chat, I don't do hardcore or nothing. I went through the assisted mode on that, and I went through the game. It said in 2 hours and 24 minutes. The stream took 3.5 hours with all the cutscenes. But still, that is not bad. Got me an S ranking, so I was excited for that. But I'm going to do a video here real soon. Which do I think was better, Resident Evil 3 or Resident Evil Resistance? On this compilation of what you get on here, what is the gem? Is it part 3? Is it Resident Evil 3 Remake or is it Resistance? I'm working on that video now. It'll probably be out later this week. Not been game hunting at all because, you know, you can't get out, you can't do anything. I did buy 1 game online because I saw the price had dropped. And I was like, hey, I can pick up this game. And I also had eBay bucks, so I bought 1 game here. And so I bought 1 game, and this would probably be my... Somebody was asking me what I was going to do next on the stream. I got Evil Dead, A Fistful of Boomstick. I'd put this in the other day. I was talking with Bonezeal6 about it. He said it's a great game. I put this in, dabbled in it for probably about an hour. So I'm probably getting ready to go back to this. I've also got Evil Dead Regeneration, which is the sequel to this one. So I'm looking at getting into these. I'm just kind of going through my backlog and going, what games can I play? But let's open this up. Let's see what it is, because you guys might be interested in it. You might not. It was a game that was a little higher priced before the quarantine, and it dropped in price. with the... It's a complete copy of a game that I need for the GameCube. And what I had done is looked at it and said, well, it dropped in price. A guy had a best offer on it. So I offered him, I think, $7 plus shipping. And I had like $5 in eBay bucks. So it came up to be like $7.40. And this is a copy of Red Faction 2 on the GameCube. I've actually never played this. It's a complete copy. The disc looks mint condition. He said it was non-tested, so maybe that was why it was still sitting there. But he had manual and everything with it. I was excited for that GameCube case. So at this point, this puts me at 30 games I need to complete the official North American set without variants. So, hey guys, before I take out of here, I almost forgot, and I had to throw this in here. Me and April were also working on a video plan that we have here later, and I forgot that we'd been playing a little bit of Mario Party 2, and I thought we were going to play Mario Party 3, but for some reason, I guess I bought an extra copy of Mario Party. So yeah, I'm going to be selling that soon, and then for some reason why I had the 64 out, I decided to try Hot Wheels Turbo Racing. It's an okay game. It wasn't nothing fun. I went through the entire game in less than an hour. And then also the day before Resident Evil, so I wouldn't be playing anything new, and so that everything was fresh, I forgot to say, I ran back through one of my favorite games in history, Mario RPG. Went through the entire game yet again. Probably for the 15th to maybe 16th time. I love this game. I could go through this game probably once a year and never get bored with it. Great story. I wish they'd make a sequel. I wish they'd remaster this and put it on the Switch. You know, still got my original strategy guide, but yeah, I love Mario RPG. I'd forgotten about those. That's why you don't see everything else out here, and I figured I'd throw it back in here before I took off. Thanks. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget, you guys got Retro Mikey, RetroApril t-shirts, merchandise available at tpublic.com. That link's down below. I know I haven't been putting out videos. I've been actually writing down ideas. Like I said, I've really been... The first week I had the flu when I was off, so I didn't do nothing. I sat there and played games. The second week, I don't know if I was depressed or what was going on, but I just didn't feel like getting up and doing any filming. I don't know if March Madness wore me out doing that. I just wasn't in the mood, so I didn't do nothing. And I was kind of just, the second week off, I was kind of just looking for this. I still haven't picked up Final Fantasy VII yet. Amazon screwed me over. It's not supposed to be here till my Tuesday. It's coming 4 days late. And I got my deluxe copy for $55 back in June of last year. So I'm not going to skip that deal. I'm not going to ask for my money back. I'd rather just, okay, give me the game. I'll take it a few days late. So I'll be into that here soon. But I'm going to get you guys some videos out. I've got some great ideas coming along. I got some tags that have been tagged in that I need to be working on. So I'm going to get those done. You guys got a lot coming out. Can't wait to see you and can't wait to hear from you. And tell me what you guys been up to too.